How many of you want to know how to create miracles? Friends, it's one of the important purposes of the inner circle because let me help you understand the groups that you find yourself in. When you join the inner circle, you are assigned to a team, and you're gonna be with that team for how many days?
90.
And the purpose of those 90 days is to have a team to help hold you accountable. Hold you what? And what we want to do right now is we want to talk to you about the science of how you have a miracle come about. And we have this wonderful organization. The other thing that we also have is our team leaders also get to work in company with our captains. Can I have our 4 amazing captains stand up? Let's give it up for David, Kaylor, Jacqueline, Mary, and Jen. All right? And many of you are going to have an opportunity to step into some of these different roles to help each other. What we're doing right now, though, is we want to get you super clear on how you make a miracle happen. This is Miracle Making 301, the more advanced stuff. Okay. If you want to make a miracle, the first thing is you have to know what you want. What is the miracle? And yesterday we went through an exercise and said, okay, if you had 90 days, what is something that would be so fantastic you'd have to call it a miracle, and yet you are willing to believe in its doability? This is key. You have to be willing to believe it. So someone could say, well, shoot, if I made, $30,000 in 90 days, that would be incredible. It's like, well, what's the most you've ever made in 90 days? Well, $6,000. Okay. I'm not going to judge and say 30,000 is not the goal, but here's the question. Can you believe in it? Well, no, that's a really big number for me. It's like, well, what would you believe in? Well, shoot, if I made $10,000, that would floor me. Good. Go with 10 instead of 30. Having a goal that you can't believe in for 90 days straight without doubting is not going to be a goal you're going to see manifest into a miracle. Does this make sense? Okay, so the first thing is you got to know what you want. Yesterday, we went through an exercise where you got clear. What do I want to create for the next 90 days? It could be, how many of you came up with something you want to do with your body? Awesome. If your hand's up, come to that health intensive. That will help you in your 90-day goal. How many of you came up with a goal for relationships, connection? How many of you right there? Awesome. How many of you personal power? Learning how to actually in some way, shape, or form step into some greater power in your life? How many of you have a financial goal? Okay. Awesome. So as you look around the room, we're all working on something different, but these are all things that we want to see manifest so that we can call them miracles. So you got to know what you want. Once you know what you want, the second step is to decide. It's to what? Decide. It's one thing to know what you want. It's another thing altogether to actually make the decision. And when you make the decision, we declare it. We what? Declare. Everybody stand up. Put your hands high in the air like this. And on the count of 3, I want to invite all of you to declare what you're doing in the next 90 days as if it's already happened. Declare. All right, excellent. Have a seat. Okay, once you've decided this is the one that will often get people tripped up. In the beginning, God said, earth, and then an earth came about. Then he said, let's separate the dry lands and the waters. And he spoke it, and then what happened? Interesting. And then he said, you know what? We should put some vegetation on this place, right? And then once he spoke it, what happened? Point is this, you're going to see what you want after you first what? You have to believe to see. The world is going to teach you that you need to see to. And how many of you have ever been the doubting Thomas saying, I'll believe it when I see it? We've all done it, right? And I'm going to tell you right now that the best way to stay stuck in your life is to say, when I see some evidence that it could happen, I will then believe that it's possible. That is the most perfect recipe to ensure you never go anywhere different than where you're at. It is the perfect recipe for your comfort zone to say, in my comfort zone, I'll never get anything I want, and I'm proud. Instead, we're teaching you to actually create your world inside out because we know that we have to first create it here. So the third one is live as if. What is it?
Live as if.
And it's to live as if what? You got to live as if it's already happened, which, by the way, let's talk about what that means. To live as if it's already happened means that you've got to be feeling it as if it's already happened, yes? Yes. It means that you've got to be living and not just feeling, but seeing. How is it possible to see what you want to manifest if it hasn't shown up yet? How do you do that? In your mind palace. You do that right here. So everyone do this right now. Close your eyes. Dedicate every day to experiencing your manifestation as if it's already come about. So right now, I want you to see it happened, see that it's occurred, see that you have the thing that you want, and to feel. This is so key. You have got to feel keenly. Feel keenly. For example, when you have this, what is the emotion? Is it joy? Is it happiness? Is it excitement? Is it peace? And feel it now. And I'm going to ask you this question. I want to see in the next 10 seconds how deep you can feel as if it's happened. So I'm going to give you the 10 seconds first, and then it'll come the question. Feel as deeply as you can. Okay, stop. Go ahead and check in on the feeling. How much of a discrepancy, if any, is there between how you're feeling now and how you think you'll feel when you actually have it? Because guess what? I don't want there to be a difference. I've had this Sundance cabin for 4 years. I've been driving my BMW that wasn't available for 2 years for the last 2 years. I've been listening to the commercial music. It brings a tear to my eye of happiness and joy every time I play it, even in the car. Okay? Live as if. Okay, and here's the fourth and final one. Action. What is it? Action. Living as if means that you are moving in the direction of your goal. Now, this is super important that I share this with you. As you are moving in the direction of what you want, evidences are going to appear. What's going to appear? Evidence. Sometimes it's evidence that says, oh my gosh, it's working. So for example, if I had a goal of, in 90 days, I want to produce $5,000 extra dollars. If this week I had $100 extra dollars come to me, what is that? It's evidence. Here's some options. Oh, only 100? I'm so far off. That means there's 49 freaking hundred more dollars to come. No, you celebrate every one of those dollars because as you celebrate, you say, yep, everything goes my way. I got my evidence coming my way. And friends, you celebrate that. I'm teaching you right now. Please receive this. See all of the evidence and celebrate it. Now, you're also going to get a different kind of evidence. What's that evidence? It's evidence that says you're moving, not forwards, but all right. That is a perception problem. For example, I have a financial goal and instead I got a bill. And my perception says, oh man, instead of moving forwards, I'm moving. And when I move backwards, how do you feel? You could feel crappy, sad, horrible, fear, doubt. What happens when you infuse doubt into your miracle? Just kersplatty. It doesn't work. Friends, treat your manifestations the same way you would a baby. When that baby has needs, how quickly do you address those needs? You coddle it, you rock it to sleep, you change it when it's fussy, you feed it, and you love it. Friends, this is the same thing like raising a child. Your 90-day goal, I want you to treat it like a baby that you love so much that even if it spits up and gets diarrhea out both ends, that instead of saying counter evidence, you say celebration, everything's going my way. Friends, if you can hold space to only believe in what you want to see manifest as if it's come about, and you do that consistently, then once you've had adequate gestation, guess what will happen? you're going to see it. Making miracles, knowing what you want, making the decision, living as if it's happened, and moving forward, taking action. And I want to share with you one other component of action that's really important. It's right here on my wrist. You see this? Watch what you're doing here. The mind hates two paradoxical ideas. They call it cognitive dissonance. Because all of my past says can't. And I've got, I'm in the inner circle, and Chris is now saying and giving me permission I can. And what happens when you have can't, and can occupying the same space? Chaos. What is it going to bring up?
Chaos, stuff, issues.
It's going to bring up your limiting beliefs. Doing your belief breakthrough work every single day is key to manifesting miracles, because here's what you're doing. You're resolving the mind. You're saying, I get it, mind. I've got two opposing ideas, but I'm the conscious creator, and I have to choose which idea I want to win. Do I want my past to win? Do I want more of what's not working? No. Or do I want the new thing that I haven't seen yet, but I'm willing to believe in more even before I see it? That's the one that we actually want. So part of taking action says that I am going to honor my goal. I'm going to honor it by loving it, nurturing it. I do not recognize counter evidence as counter anything. It's information, and I celebrate all of it because it's a part of my reality. When you can love and accept everything that is a space unconditional, which is a perfect ground for your baby to form, for your dream to grow. Because this is what I want you to be thinking right now. Scientifically, a thought is a thing. It is measurable in ounces. There are many zeros after the decimal, but it is actually a measurable thing. When an idea becomes a decision, then that thing finds a permanent place in your head, yes? God made you this way. And the more I think about it, what happens to the parts of the brain that you think about? You actually are supporting with nutrients and electricity firing down that synapse, and the more electricity and the more you believe in this idea and the more you worship this idea, which is what you are doing, what happens to it? It not only grows and gets stronger, but because it starts to dominate my mind and what I think about, of all the 60,000 thoughts a day, I'm channeling them. I'm focusing them with faith that it's going to happen. Not only does it expand in my brain into an adequate size to form into physical reality, but as I've done that, my words change. My environment changes. The places my feet take me, the things my hands do, the things that I smell, the people that I speak to. All of that is the action that ends up ultimately taking a little thing in the brain that you cannot see that you believe in, and then it manifests. Oh my gosh, $100. I know the goal's 5,000 or 1,000,000 or 100. I have evidence. And as you take this evidence, you celebrate it and you say, this is adding to the thing, no less than putting a little bit of money in a bank account, and the bank account, the little piggy bank shakes and it's heavier, it's got more stuff in it. Make sense? And so, friends, I want you to see everything only as evidence that the thing that you are creating has come about, while in your mind palace, you are only living as if what? As if it's already happened. And the moment you have a limitation come up, what are you doing? Right here, friends, this is why we're mastering belief breakthrough. Belief breakthrough and manifesting, they go hand in hand. They require each other. So we master belief breakthrough, and we set intention on the miracle we're creating, and when we put the two of them together, you know what happens? Then everything that is in the ethereal, you get to witness become material. And friends, that is the science of miracle making. That is how you take an idea and you see it manifest into something physical in your real life, whether it is a cabin or a car, or whether it's an income, or to have a new job, or to have not a job, or to be financially free, or to have amazing groups of friends, or to see healing in relationships. Everything that we desire is created this way. And so what we're going to do is we're going to invite you as a member of the inner circle that during this year, that you become a master at manifesting miracles. And how that works here is we've got you set into your teams. You've got a team leader. You're going to have weekly and regular accountability. We're going to take a 90-day goal and we're going to put it inside of a 30-day stretch. 3 of them, 30, 90 days where I know what I want. I live as if it's already happened. I've got my accountability. I'm taking action, and I'm only recognizing what's happening until one day I wake up and I say, oh my goodness, there you are. But I don't feel very different than when you weren't here because I learned to experience you first here. And of course, it now makes sense that you are now present with me. So friends, who's ready to make some miracles? You guys excited? Right. So here's the last thing that I want to share with you right now. I want to elaborate on this idea of what do you do when you get to the end of a time frame and you didn't get what you wanted? How many of you have ever felt that way before? Friends, the calendar was for you and not the goal. The calendar was to keep you focused for a set period of time. But I'm going to tell you, how dare any one of us think we actually can actually take all the billion particles in the universe that are going to contrive and come together to actually help us make the miracle? Like, you think we can understand how that works in time? No, we can't. The last thing you ever want to do is beat yourself up when you get to a goal and you didn't get all of what you wanted. The reality is, this is what you get to take away. If I had a goal in 90 days to make $10,000, and 90 days rolls around and I made $900, first of all, did I get something worth celebrating? Yes. Did I have a focused period of time? Yes. And that time was what helped manifest that 900. But my guess of 90 days, was it sufficient for me to actually manifest 10,000? No, my gestational guess on timing was off. Beating yourself up on that is the biggest mistake. The right thing to do is to celebrate the 900 and then to do this. Back to the belief breakthrough, which is our ultimate lesson keeper, which is, what am I learning? Oh, I need to do this differently. What else am I learning? I needed to do that like this. What else am I learning? I needed to do that like this. Oh my goodness, I got $900 and 3 lessons and I'm down 15 limiting beliefs. So guess what I'm gonna do during the next 90 days? Based on what I'm thinking, based on what I think I'm learning, here's what I wanna do. I wanna manifest $5,000 in the next 90 days. I'm gonna take with me my 15 down limiting beliefs. I've got my next goal, I've got my next 90 days, and sure enough, I work on my goal applying the 3 lessons. I get to the end of my 90 days and I manifested $2,100. What's the first thing I'm gonna do? Celebrate. I'm gonna celebrate. I learned in the same space of time how to go from 900 to what? My 3 lessons and down 15 limiting beliefs meant that I actually could do 120% more than I did in the beginning. I must be learning some cool stuff. So here's what I'm gonna do. Got my $2,100. What lessons am I learning? Yes, I do need to try that. And that feels good. Learn this lesson. Perfect. Intuition's gonna guide you. I set my next, friends, how long are you gonna keep setting your next intention? Forever. And what we're really celebrating is who we're becoming. What we're celebrating is what we're learning. What we're celebrating is the limiting beliefs. And a time will come when you reach your goal and you'll say, who I've become is more important than anything I ever achieved combined, because I'm the miracle. Friends, if you want to see the miracle, you got to be the miracle. Everyone point to yourself, say, I'm the miracle.
I'm the miracle.
Give your neighbor a high five and say, you're the miracle.
You're the miracle.
And your other neighbor high five, say, and you're the miracle. And all of us together, we're the miracle.